Welcome back to my little channel. Today I've got a very funny topic. Funny in damn, is this serious? Not funny as in haha. But okay, here we go. Illhan Omar demands of the European Union, no, not of the European Union. She demands of the UN to come and take control of the US border because of the migrant crisis. That sounds like rubbish. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? But it's true. It's stupid. Okay, I'll not lie. The source is InfoWars, but unfortunately, I like the imagery here. I have found other sources saying the same thing. And there's something seriously weird with this. Representative Illhan Omar is now demanding that the United Nations take control of the US border with Mexico in a mirror of how Europe has inundated with migrants following lobbying from international bodies. Now, it seems that Madame Omar is unaware that Europe has a bit of a problem when it comes to illegal migrants. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty in Europe that are in favor of helping these people out, but there is a vast majority of the population who is not in favor of helping these people out. I mean, there's a political group in favor of helping these people out, and there are some left-wing activists that are in favor, but the vast majority of Europe isn't in favor. But this is what they would call the silent majority. Why do I find this so funny though? Well, let me put it like this. We have to bring in the United Nations High Commissioner on Refugees, an agency that has expertise in the training to handle massive flows of refugees humanely. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? Okay, but here's what happens. Did you ever hear, sorry, my pronunciation's crap tonight. Did you ever hear the saying, whose food you eat, those words you speak? Maybe it's a bad translation, maybe it's just a Dutch saying, but basically, if you're financially responding on someone else, dependent, if you're financially dependent on someone else, you might not actually go against this person. Because let's imagine you go against this person, they might say, you know what, you don't need my money, which is okay. You don't have to need my money. You're no longer going to get my money. Okay, so why is this interesting? Well, if we look at the financial situation of the United Nations, there is a little thing that might be very interesting to the whole story. Here we go. I'm going to go to the top. Factly, how much do various countries contribute to the United Nations budget? Now, there's a whole story here. I'm going to scroll down a bit. And then we see this. Contributions to the UN regular budget in percentages in 2016 to 2018. And then we see that Canada pays almost 3%. The Russian Federation pays a little bit more than 3%. Germany at almost 6.5%. Yeah, these are companies that pay a lot of money. Unfortunately, however, the United States pays 22%. I mean, that's double the number of the second highest, which is Japan. Do you really think, Representative Illhan Omar, that the United Nations will go against the United States? And this is ignoring the fact that there will be people in the United States that will use their influence to turn away the United Nations. Because let's be honest, the United States isn't some third world country that needs outside interference. Hell, the biggest problem they have is outside interference. Not from Russia, by the way, even though the media keeps trying to push that on the rest of the world. No, it's not Russia that they have to be worried about. Doesn't really matter where it comes from, because then we go into the ideology of certain groups and well, conspiracy thinking. I don't want to go there. I don't care about that in this little video. But do you seriously think, Representative Illhan Omar, that the United States would be welcomed by the people of America? Now, maybe the people of California, I don't know. I mean, they might think the United Nations will come and help protect their border and stop the whole sanctuary city nonsense. Because it's a little bit strange that illegals are allowed into the country, are allowed to commit crimes, are allowed to kill American citizens because they live in sanctuary cities. I mean, it's just me. I know I'm the only one in the world who thinks this way, but I think you'd actually destroy your own country. But then again, it seems that Madame Omar doesn't really care about America, or at least not about the rules of America. After all, we have had the story about her being married to her brother, then being married to her brother and someone else at the same time. This someone else is actually her husband. And now she is embroidered in an affair with someone she's paying to be around her at the cost of 200,000 taxpayer dollars. And that someone else is now in a divorce because messy, let's call it that. It's messy. And don't get me wrong, I can understand people having affairs and extramarital affairs. I'm not in favor of it, but it happens. It becomes a problem, however, when you start using government money to keep that person close by. I think that's what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with an I and it ends with gal. Oh yeah, illegal. I'm not saying that Madame Omar is illegal. I'm saying her actions are illegal. That's just me, obviously. I'm no judge, and I know there are people looking into it. But yeah, there is that. So maybe we should take the call to action from Madame Omar on getting the UN involved in the United States of America. Maybe we should take it serious, but not in the way she thinks. Because what she's basically doing is telling the American people, if you don't do what I want, and if those people don't do what we want, we're going to call in armed forces from another organization that is not your government to force you to do what we want. I would say this is the start of a civil war, if this would actually happen. Because here we have a representative who goes against the country she's a representative of. Anyway, this is a little bit rambly. I'm going all over the place. I didn't want to go into the illegal activities of Madame Omar because I don't care too much about that. That's something that the internal American system needs to deal with. But I do care about the fact that she's calling in the UN to force America. Sounds a little bit like an act of war to me. Anyway, I'm curious what you think. Let me know. Criticism, as always, is more than welcome, and I hope to see you all next time.